What's going on, my Jack brother? Coach Scott here, and today we're going to talk about the best fat loss workout. Now, there are two key components that make up a highly effective fat loss workout. Number one being the calorie burn that contributes to your overall calorie deficit, which is absolutely necessary for you to lose fat and get lean. Number two is the ability of your workout to preserve muscle mass. In some cases, maybe even gain muscle mass. That's usually reserved for those who are newer to training or have been on a long layoff from training and just getting back into it, or those who are carrying around an excess of body fat. It's a little bit easier for you to gain muscle in those situations. First, let's take a look at the calorie burn component of a fat loss workout. This is an area where there's a lot of misconceptions. A lot of people assume that if they are dripping in sweat, they are huffing and puffing, their heart is pounding, that they are burning a ton of calories, they're burning a ton of fat. There are a lot of sacrifices that you are making when you're performing these types of workouts. First of all, most of these workouts will typically have minimal, if any, rest periods. You're basically moving from exercise to exercise. When you do something like that, you oftentimes have to reduce the weight significantly, so you're sacrificing strength. So in the end of this fat loss phase, you're going to end up coming out of it weaker than when you entered it. Another sacrifice from these types of fat loss workouts is that they're often high impact, which makes it tougher on your joints, can really beat you down and increase your risk of injury, which makes it tougher to stick to your plan long enough to achieve your fat loss goals. The other thing is the workouts themselves, it is really difficult to sustain that level of effort for any extended period of time. So oftentimes these workouts are very short, which is appealing to some people who are really crunched for time. But the claims that these people make when it comes to their workouts, that you're going to get more done in less time and the afterburn effect is going to be outrageous, you're going to be even more calories when you are done your workout. And it's simply not the case. They're comparing their little short burst metabolic workouts to like Tabata studies where it's like 20 seconds of all out freaking ridiculous effort and just 10 seconds rest, where most of the subjects are like vomiting and even passing out afterwards. Like that is not anywhere near the kind of effort that is given in these types of workouts there. So don't buy into those kind of calorie burn claims. Now, if you want to burn the most calories from your fat loss workout, you want to make sure that you're focusing most of your attention on performing compound movements, which are more demanding of your body. Exercises such as the hack squat or a converging chest press or a pull down. And as you fatigue towards the end of the workout where you don't have the strength to perform any more of these compound movements, you can work in a couple isolation exercises, which are a little bit easier for you to perform in a fatigue state and a great way for you to increase your training volume, do more work in your training session, which is going to allow you to burn more calories. And speaking of training volume, there was a recent meta-analysis conducted by Brad Schoenfeld, Christian Roth, and Michael Behringer that took a look at the role of training volume when in a calorie deficit and its impact on preserving muscle mass. Now, initially, I think they looked at over 50 different studies. They broke it down to 15 that met their criteria. They still would like to see a lot more research. There still seems to be an insufficient amount of data out there, but at least it provides some sort of insight, some sort of guidance for us to base our training on for right now, at least experiment with for right now and see how we respond to it. But basically, the findings are leaning towards higher volume workouts being better for preserving muscle mass, and higher volume being anywhere from 10 to 30 sets per muscle group per week. And what they found was that if you are gradually increasing your training volume as you're going through your fat loss phase, that has been shown to increase your chances of preserving your muscle mass throughout that entire process. Again, these studies have their limitations. You need to take the results with a grain of salt, but they do appear to be very congruent with my own personal experiences, the experiences of my clients, and the experience of those who have followed my 12-week shred system, 12-week max recovery plan, even the 16-week aesthetic muscle plan, where we are gradually ramping up training volume each and every month. It's subtle changes, subtle increases in training volume. You don't need to make drastic changes in order to experience these muscle preserving benefits. So I'm going to give you an example of how we structure things within these plans. So again, when you want to maximize the calorie burn from your fat loss workouts, you want to make sure you're incorporating mostly compound movements, and then you just have a couple little isolation exercises at the end to allow you to do more work safely, effectively, and again, get the most calorie burn from that training session. So what I like to do, rather than focusing on a single workout plan, I like to take a big picture system approach where most of the exercises are going to remain the same throughout that 12-week period. So the compound movements, we're going to allow you to progress on those bigger lifts. That is a form of increasing training volume. If you're able to perform a few more reps from month to month, or add a little bit of weight from month to month. That is a form of increasing your training volume. But I also like to increase the number of sets from month to month. And we're looking at basically only adding 2 sets per month. So nothing drastic. You may start off with 16 sets the first 4 weeks, bump it up to 18 sets the second 4 weeks, and then finish off with 20 sets for the final 4 weeks. Again, keeping those compound movements the same. We may swap out an isolation exercise just for a little bit of variety. Make sure that we're stimulating all the muscle fibers. And we'll swap out the advanced training technique. Maybe drop sets 1 month, extended rest pods sets another month, some mechanical advantage supersets the 3rd month. So subtle little changes, keeping most of it the same, but subtly progressing each and every month. This is a great way for you to preserve your muscle mass, keep your enthusiasm sky high, and not beat yourself down in the process. Now, when you're following a high volume fat loss workout plan, it is really important for you to strategically spread out that training volume in a way that allows you to manage muscle damage and recovery effectively. For myself personally, I like to follow a punish and prod approach. For example, in the 12-week shred system, we train each muscle group twice per week. In that first workout, we are training that muscle group with high volume. We are punishing that muscle group. The second workout, we're just stimulating it with lower volume. It's a great way to deliver some nutrient-rich blood to the muscles to help speed up recovery. It's also a great way to spike the growth response, so it helps you preserve muscle mass and possibly even gain some muscle mass while you're losing fat. In the 12-week max recovery plan, we train each muscle group 3 times per week. So that first workout, we're stimulating the muscle, we're punishing it with higher volume, but not quite as much volume as we did in the shred system, that first workout in the shred system. So it's a higher volume. The second workout, we're going with lower volume once again, just stimulating that growth response, speeding up recovery. The third workout, we are hitting it with like a moderate volume, so somewhere in between the low and the high. Again, trying to build up the volume there, so it's stimulating the muscles. It's more than just stimulating, but it's not so much where you're doing a ton of damage that it's going to make it difficult for you to recover from it. I mean, it's basically setting the stage for that higher volume workout the next time you hit it again in the following week. So it's a great way of spreading out that training volume either through 2 workouts in the week or 3 workouts in the week. So it's a great way of helping you manage muscle damage and recovery, helping you recover faster, as well as spiking that growth response and preserving your muscle mass in the process. So if you think about it, there really is no difference between the best fat loss workout plan and the best muscle building workout plan. Both of them use a form of progression as gradually increasing training volume over the course of several months. Eventually you're going to reach a point where you're going to have to pull back on that training volume to allow your body to fully recover, the fatigue to dissipate, and your muscles to resensitize to the training stimulus. Both the best fat loss workout plan and best muscle building workout plan are going to spread that training volume out appropriately based on the overall training volume in that plan. If you're following a lower volume training plan, you can get away with just training the muscle group once per week. But as you increase the training volume over time, it's better to spread out that training volume over the course of multiple workouts throughout the week. So don't go thinking that you need to make any kind of drastic changes to your workout plan when your goal is fat loss. You can follow your same muscle building workout plans when you're trying to lose weight. They're going to burn the same amount of calories. The difference is going to be how much you are consuming. It's going to have to create a calorie deficit through your nutrition. I encourage you to keep your overall activity levels, like your cardiovascular type activities, the same, whether you're in fat loss mode, maintenance mode, or muscle building mode, just for the overall health and well-being benefits. You should be just trying to live your life to the fullest, doing activities that you absolutely love and enjoy. So basically managing the difference in whether you're going to be building muscle, maintaining your weight, or losing fat is going to be how much you are consuming. You're basically keeping everything the same. The only difference may be towards the end of a cutting phase. If you do start to feel a little bit weaker, if you were following a training plan that incorporated, like, say, 6 to 8 repetitions for some exercises, you may want to keep it more to like the 8 to 12 rep range, 12 to 15 rep range, just as a way for you to, I guess, not beat yourself down in that process. That's going to be, there's no general rule in regards to that. It's going to be listening to your body, but you have to pay attention to other factors as well, like how well you're sleeping, the quality of your nutrition. All those things can impact how well you're recovering from your training sessions as well. But overall, you're pretty much keeping your training and your activity exactly the same. When it comes to fat loss, it all comes down to how you're managing what you are consuming. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do him a favor and share it with them. More than anything, I would love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share your insights, share your experiences when it comes to training with a goal of losing fat, getting lean. Share your thoughts down below. And before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Jacked After 40. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you in the next video.